Hello everyone. So just going live because you know me, I don't fancy doing the video then uploading it because I just can't bother. So so it goes. Um, Forrest Fenn. I don't know. Some people keep doing the bullshit. Don't listen to the simple truths, the simple statements that. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So Forrest Fenn, Thrill of the Chase. If not for my name, I would have nothing. I looked up all the words in that poem, especially the nouns. I give you title to the goal. So if not for my name, I would have nothing. If not for my name, I would have nothing. I give you name to the goal. Who is the real? Oh, hang on. Who is the real Forrest Fenn? I don't think that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see, can you? But you may do now. So, who is the real Forrest Fenn? I hope nobody ever finds out. Could that be that if you find out, you get the name? If you get the name, you get the title. So Forrest has a different name, and if you are brave and in the wood, you will get that name and therefore title. Name to the gold. So you're not looking for a well, you are. You find the chest, but there's something else. So what could that be? Now I know that some of you know, you evil sons of bitches who took something that doesn't belong to you and thought you could have it forever, not realizing that God is going to spank your flipping ass because of the greedy sons of bitches that you are. It was written by a higher hand, which could indicate, if you just thought about it, that God had information, wherever you believe source is, God, creator, whatever. Forrest had information that helped him do this. Which is way beyond what anybody was thinking in the chase. Because all you greedy people in the chase just wanted a chest of gold and treasures. Rich, famous, whatever. And when I say all of you, I mean me too. Because that's what I wanted. And I've told you that already. So for 5 years, I've been talking to you about the words that are in the poem. Hey, Captain Kidd. About the words that are in the poem. And basically, if not for my name, Who is the real Forrest Fenn? Hope nobody ever finds out. Turns out to be title. If you have a name, you can have the title. If you find out who the real Forrest Fenn is. That seems simple enough. So the chest is just the lure. So these people, crazy, misguided, don't know, lots of bad words for them. I do know them, but still talking about a chest. Still talking about a poem that finishes halfway through. Still ignoring the fact that it's supposed to have been solved, found, sold, whatever, the nothing is as it seems stuff, and still claiming that they know where the chest is. Nope, don't get it. I don't get it. If the chest is just the lure, then whatever is supposed to be on offer is way more than just a chest. And you're still claiming you solved the poem, found the chest, but you have no idea what the rest of it is about, which means you didn't solve the poem. That's it. You didn't solve it. So anything that you're talking about, anything that you discuss, anything that you say is obviously incorrect. It doesn't, a 7-year-old could work it out. If you do not understand that the chest is just a lure put there for you to go looking for, but there is something else. The chest was a lure to take you away from whatever it is you're supposed to find. A 7-year-old would understand that you're only halfway through if you found a chest. And if not a 7-year-old, I don't know, my mind stays about 13, maybe a 13-year-old. So to keep putting out bullshit about a chest, expecting people to buy and believe, is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And only the people who are stuck in the matrix will not believe, will be interested for whatever reason, what it is that you're saying. So, why do I talk about that? Because let's look at the word matrix. If I can get used to this again. Hopefully you can see it. So, we live in a matrix. What's that got to do with the thrill of the chase? I don't know. Forrest said, remember, this is all about what Forrest said. I'm not making any of it up. I'm not giving you any bullshit. It's all true. These are the words that Forrest said. I tell you what they mean. I explain that it could mean this, this, and this, and it's all true. There's not a lie involved anywhere. It's all true. So far, we have, if not for my name, I would have nothing. So therefore, the name means there is something. You will get something if you have that name that Forrest is talking about. Who is the real Forrest Fenn? Well, I hope nobody ever finds out. So therefore, if not for my name, I would have nothing means the other person, the name, whatever it is, the real Forrest Fenn, whatever that name is, that will get you the something. Something as a chase, but that will get you the something that Forrest Fenn hopes nobody will ever find out because of the name. The name is what gives you the title, which if he gives you, is to the gold. Name to the gold, whatever the gold is. So now you learn the name that he hopes nobody ever finds out, which is the noun. I look up all the nouns in that, no, I look up all the words in that poem, especially the nouns. There's a word that is key in the poem, but you need all of them. One of them won't take you there. Well, one of those nouns that means noun, a word that means noun is title, which is a name. Just having the name won't get you there. Maybe. So you have a name. Now, the story is real. What a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. So let's move that up a bit. Let's get back to you. A matrix is a spreadsheet. He's been showing people a spreadsheet. That's not K-Pro, that's PowerPoint. Oh, it's me and Davey B. We're the ones showing the spreadsheet. So the matrix is a spreadsheet and it has lots of information on it. There is also a grid. Jack grid searched. Oh, do we have a grid in There's Treasure Inside? There's a grid. So we have a spreadsheet, we have a grid, and we have a table. Is it a banquet table that is going to be set? And we have, I don't know, an array. Is it that thing that Charlotte was talking about? An array? Lauren, whatever it's been called. Oh, lo and behold, Forrest used to make figurines, statues, molds, whatever they're called. And here we have. So Forrest was involved in a matrix of some sort, or just making a reference to the matrix with the pattern, finding the patterns. Oh, the plaster, a design, a cavity. These are scrapbooks, remember? These are words that Forrest talked about, put in a scrapbook, and everyone's going, what's he talking about that for? Well, maybe he was telling you something. Oh, a paradigm shift. Maybe you need to shift, drift, and adjust. An anvil. Not the first. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Let me do all of these first. I don't have to keep going backwards and forwards. So we have first shall be last and last shall be first. Forrest was a guide. Original, not fake. The blueprint. Remember the idea I talked about in my early videos around the outside of the poem? I give you title to the gold. I-D. As I have gone alone in there, E-A. So everything in the poem, in the matrix, in that grid, in that spreadsheet, the idea is contained within that. Or the idea is that, the matrix. Or however you want to look at it. So the idea, everything within that idea is contained there for your information. A mirror. So in my videos, I said that I was a mirror. I am the matrix. To you, what you see is not me. It's you. It's your own matrix that you can and do create. And if you don't like what you see, it's because you're looking at yourself. You're hearing yourself, you're seeing yourself, thinking it's me, but it's not. It's you. You are the creator of your reality. And what you say, see, and do is all about you. It's all about you. And until you accept that fact, your life's going to be shit. Because you're always going to be judging, you're always going to be hating, you're always going to be working against the person that you are, thinking that it's everybody else. Because you don't accept that what you're putting out, you're getting back. The matrix is antagonistic to freedom, which it truly is. I don't like making plans. They're antagonistic to freedom. Now, Forrest might not be meaning all this stuff, but I'm telling you, here is the information. This is factual information. And if Forrest did absolutely know 100% what he was saying, then this could well be it. And I don't care whether you believe it or not. I'm telling you, here's the truth. This is true. There it is, in blue and white. There it is. You don't have to believe it. I don't care. But I'm telling you, all the bullshit, all the BS that you keep putting out, I don't care. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Absolutely doesn't bother me in the slightest. And all the crap you keep sending doesn't bother me in the slightest. Nor anyone else. The diagram. Oh, look. Source. Creator. God. The matrix is God. God is the matrix. God created everything. God created everything. Source. Genesis, origin, whatever. And we live in that. Only trouble is, these evil people control the matrix, imprisoned the Most High God within that creation. And then sent us into slavery so they could be the God. All of them. These rich people. These very rich people. They have enough money probably to pay the United States debt. And they still want more. And they still enslave people. And they still do very, very, very nasty things. Not for much longer. And they need to be careful because what they put out into the world, they will get back. So all the violence and everything that they've done, not even if they haven't done it, if they've got other people to do it, all the money they've stole, all the ideas they come up with to get that money, everything will reverse and we'll all go back to haunt. Hi, NFJ. Trusted too. Coffee time again. Thank you for joining Bishop. And chase chips. So, yeah, listen, I don't think of this as religion because God is in us all and we all have the ability to be God. That's it. That's it. But something started all of this. This matrix that we live in, which is what I'm talking about now. While I'm talking about Forrest Fenn, whether he knew it or not, this is what the situation is. Here is source. Douglas saw the first matrix, saw the first draft, the sketch, the ancestor, daddy, father God. Isn't that strange that daddy, his father, Forrest's father, could take some pills, Choose his own way. Just going to get on a plane. I'll be there. The first will be last, and the last will be first. Oh, a precedent. A master. So to be in the matrix, you have to be a master. And if you can master the matrix, then everything that happens in the matrix is down to you. You have a granddaddy. Cool. I should have got better. Oh, not the Essenes, the essence. I have to go backwards and forwards to pop stuff up for you. I think you've seen that, haven't you? The epitome. The epitome! Remember, this is Forrest we're talking about. These are the words that he used and what they could have meant. Let me get that a bit bigger. So maybe, baby, it's easier for me to talk. Ah, there we go. So somebody asked, would you be able to solve the Forrest Fenn chase if you didn't have the matrix? If you didn't have the background? If you didn't have the background, could you solve the Forrest Fenn through the chase? Well, maybe if I had a Medium article, you could. It is not associated with a man-made structure. Is it a source-made structure? So it's a structure, but it's not man-made. Oh, cat in the bag. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. It's there in Matrix. It's there in spirit. Where's spirit? Now, if you or anybody who believes in Christianity think that they're speaking to God, source, creator, spirit, whatever, they're speaking to the Matrix. And if they think that it's evil, then they're saying that everything that has anything to do with God, the origin, source, is evil. Well, that can't be right. It's like saying money is evil. Money isn't evil. People make money evil. Money's great. So people talking to spirit are not evil. Only evil people pretending that they are doing right by God's work, that's different. Tenor. Ooh, a tenor. Maybe we'll get a fat lady to sing with that tenor. Oh, friendlies. Oh, set. Those men of note. Those, I don't know, well-to-do men of the Matrix. Those people, those affluent people, don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. Potentially misogynists that don't like women, that enjoy the company of other men. I wonder what the plan is there. The Matrix assaulted my senses. A halo. Oh, isn't that associated with good beings? What about karma? What about the hot water affecting the patina or the clouds, nimbus, those years that Forrest was leaning on, the movement? The world is a matrix, and we each play a part in the matrix, not the essenes, the essence. Would affect the matrix in the southwest. His footing, one foot on the other. The story is real, the matrix is real, and the treasure is real. Picture. We all have a character to play. We all have our part in the matrix. I don't know. Maybe we need to get Dizzy Dean up and have a ball game. Or look quickly down, your quest to cease. Or the deal, the big deal. Not a big deal, remember, Forrest? Or is a big deal? Time. Matrix is time. Well, that's how we got time, isn't it? Because we had a 13-month calendar and it suddenly went to a 12-month calendar. And the 13-month calendar was in alignment with nature, the moon, and everything. But the matrix decided, oh, hang on, let's have this thing called time. Let's screw everything up and take everybody away from the God that is already within them, and they will no longer have a happy life, and we will screw them over, and we will have a great life. There's a whole load of other stuff that I could talk about, but this is about the thrill of the chase, the canvas, the echo, the plan. Oh, his belief system, not religious, spiritual. We have source, origin, cause, base. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Base. White lines. Then we have a net, the grid, the web. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. The screen, remember I was talking about, you're on the other side of the screen. You're just playing a part. I've been telling you it for the last few weeks. But you're just a character in this film, this matrix. Nearly there. Nearly. But not quite. Crisscross. We have some embroidery going on. We have a chain. The links and chains that we started with. We have a wood frame. Well, surely you shouldn't be in the matrix if you're brave and in the wood. Here is your embroidery, your patchwork, your fabric. Oh, look, a link. We have links and chains. So many north of Santa Fe in that spreadsheet. The Katy Railroad matrix, the checkerboard, the knot, the tangle, and the web. Remember? What a tangled web we weave. The gridiron, is that American football? The vent, is that Old Faithful? The wire, is that in a scrapbook? The mat, is that in a scrapbook? The labyrinth, is that in a scrapbook? Some lace work. I don't know. Don't know why Forrest says these things. Oh, here we go. 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 Oh, some fishnet tights. Forrest was shot down in the Matrix. What? And he didn't know whether he should, I don't know, ask for help or make his own way out. He decided that he wanted to, I don't know, it wouldn't be fair on his family. The coil, the cobweb. Remember the spider? Oh, alas. Dame Fortune has not spun her fickle web. Real. Remember the fence I was talking to you about? Remember that fence? In my videos, telling you that you're on the wrong side of the fence, and I would teach you to get out of that side of the fence and get onto the right side of the fence. Well, you are in the matrix. And all that BS that you're putting out is matrix based. And I can take you out of that matrix and put you into your beautiful, amazing, wonderful life that every human is supposed to have. Every single human. But people want to believe in the matrix and they want to stay in the matrix. Well, stay in the matrix. But guess what? The matrix can still exist. It's not about the matrix. It's about who has the operating system. It's about who is programming the matrix. It's about who has the codes for the matrix. And now, guess what? These three companies, or four, whatever, however you want to look at it, main ones, you're no longer in charge. And everybody who helped create this BS that is encircling our world and enslaving human beings and has an anti-human agenda and committing crimes against humanity, you are all judged or being judged, and you will pay whatever price the Most High God decides is fair. Now, I did something the other day about justice and law. Law is not always justice. But the Most High God is very just, and he will do whatever is correct. It has to be correct, not right. It has to be correct. You see, the problem is there are some people in the world that believe in the matrix and believe you should forgive people for doing things. I'm not one of them. I believe that they should learn the horrors that they've done and suffer the consequences with justice. Then they can learn to forgive themselves and act in a way according to the way that the Most High God wants people to behave. Therefore, you shouldn't have to carry that burden of forgiving anyone. God will be the justice. And you can live your life and not worry about having to forgive anybody, whether you're doing the right thing or not. You're doing the right thing if you just let it go and leave it to a higher power, which is what is happening. More and more people waking up, the higher the vibration, the less control these people have, etc., etc., etc. Now, they didn't think it was possible, and they don't know how it's being done, but really they do. Now, I don't care whether you believe me, and I don't care if Forrest Fenn, Major Forrest Burke Fenn, use these words intentionally to talk about the Matrix without talking about the Matrix, without getting shut down by the powers that be. Allowing this world, the people in it, the animals in it, everything, to heal, to bring the light back into it, and to get rid of the darkness. And it doesn't matter, because I don't judge anyone. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not for me to judge. I really don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's not for me to judge. Listen, if I'd have found, not if I'd have found, I found, if I'd have got what was owed me in that time, I'd be with them, I suppose. Because I wouldn't know half the stuff that I know now. I wouldn't feel half the things that I feel now. So the worst thing they did was to stop the natural process of things because they were greedy. The worst thing they did was to be too greedy and take from me what was mine. And when I say mine, I talk about 144,000 people. I'm talking about the Most High God. It's all his. And when I say mine, I mean I'm the Son of God. You're the Son of God, the daughter of God. It belongs to you. All of you. Not just a few of you. But a few of you thought that you could control everything. So you killed. I mean killed. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. More than can be counted. People. In order that your agenda would succeed. You got rid of the bells. You destroyed the earth. You destroyed its harmony. You hid all of the technology in the Vatican, most of it, which will come out. I don't want to talk about Forrest, Fenn. So this small, in the grand scheme of things, this small little treasure hunt, the thrill of the chase, exposed everything that's been going on for thousands of years. And it wouldn't have. I would have not dug deeper if it finished when it's supposed to have finished. But I began looking for the truth. The truth was more important. It still is. And I asked that you yourselves brought the truth out. And you didn't. So now God is going to expose it. And there is no favor on any of you that kept it hidden. Even though you were suggested, advised, warned, however you want to believe it. Because you sad people, you narcissist people, believe that I'm the evil in all of this. You don't even look at yourself and say it's your own fucking fault. So everything is being revealed. Because that's what I've asked for. Everything. Thousands of years of history that has been lied to us. His story has been lied to us through their story of the Matrix, remember? The story is real. The treasure is real. The Matrix is real. But the Matrix isn't evil. Those people that run it are, used to run it. They don't run it anymore. The game's changed. The rules have changed. The codes have changed. You're locked out. You are so far beneath what is happening, it has no effect. A divine plan, divine timing. All brought about because of the thrill of the chase. And I'm not taking credit for this. The whole world has been woken up. The whole world has been woken up. Because brave people have spoke out. And people have suffered and people have passed away, taken from us by these evil people because they don't want the rest of the world knowing what they've done, what they're up to, and what they're still trying to plan, which is already known anyway. So, remember she cannot take no more, Captain. The spider's web. Why does Forrest talk about these things, people say? And my videos, my sexy belly. Matrix. Woman. Mother Gaia. Nature. Get out into nature. This is the womb. The world we live in. Listen. Listen. 2 babies in the womb. I'm not taking credit for this. Other people have said this. I'm just telling you. 2 babies in the womb. One says to the other, is there something more after this? And the other says no. Once we exit the womb, life ends. It's all over. There's nothing else out there. This is it. This is everything. Me and you, this is our world. Once we exit this womb, it's finished. It's all over. What? You mean there's no life after this? No. It's finished. It's all over. Once we leave this womb, our world, the world that we know, this is all there is. Once we leave this womb, we're dead. It's finished. There's nothing left. Well, surely there must be something. Surely there must be something higher than just this. Our lives must be more than just what we are seeing now. No, that's it. Finished. Once we leave here, it's done. But what about Mother? No, Mother doesn't exist. If Mother existed, where is she? Why can't we see her? Why can't we see this Mother? If Mother exists, why can't we see her? Why is there only this? Because we are within Mother. Mother is all around us, keeping us safe, keeping us warm. And Mother truly exists. No, I don't believe that. I believe that when we exit this world of ours, there's nothing. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? When they exit the womb, there's nothing? Because we know, in reality, there is something. There is life after the exit the womb. And it's easy to believe that there isn't, because you don't see it. You believe that everything that exists is what exists around you, and refuse to believe that there is something else. And that's the way that people think. They're babies in a womb that believe that when they exit the womb, their life ends. That there's nothing else other than what they know for those 9 months. Every emotion, every feeling, every whatever it is that they feel in that womb, when they exit, it's done, it's finished. And they believe it because whilst they're in the womb, or one person believes it, whilst they're in the womb, there is the umbilical cord. And that's what sustains them. And they believe that once that is cut, they can't survive. So go out into the world and survive. And believe that the Matrix is only as good as you want it to be. Thrill of the chase is only as good as you want it to be. If you believe that you are stupid, you'll be stupid. If you believe that you can't do it, then you can't do it. If you say the world's against you, then the world will be against you. Because you're telling universe, source, creator, God, Mother Gaia, whatever you want to believe, you're telling them, this is my life. This is what I want. I'm not saying this about me. I'm saying it's a scenario. I'm not going to succeed. I'm never going to be able to do this. Blah, 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 blah. And the universe goes, okay, if that's the life you want, that's the life you'll have. And if you say that about your children, that's the life they'll have. Because most of the time people say, I always knew you were going to make something of yourself, because they were saying it all through their life. And then you get the opposite. I knew you wouldn't amount to anything. I've told you all your life you wouldn't amount to anything. So, believe. Remember, the matrix is karma. Good karma, bad karma. Karma, 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 chameleon. The matrix is what you make it. You choose how much of God. Remember, I told you before, the two animals inside you. Which one will you be? Which one's stronger? The one you feed the most. Your life is everything that you want it to be. Everything that you believe it will be. Because God is within you. You're just energy inside a vessel. An urn, maybe. So, Forrest either knew or didn't know all of this. And he coincidentally gave us all this information. Which, I don't believe in coincidences, but I don't think Forrest does either. And he wrote a book about spirituality, which nobody seemed to understand. And he gave us a poem about spirituality, which nobody seemed to understand. And we all live in a matrix, which nobody seems to understand because nobody listens. So, if not for my name, I would have nothing, said Forrest Fenn. Who is the real Forrest Fenn? I hope nobody ever finds out. So, if not for his name, he would have nothing. So therefore, find his name, a name, because a name is a noun. And he looked up all the nouns in the poem. And a noun is a title. And if you have that noun, there is a key word in the poem. No, there is a word that is key in the poem. But you need all of them. One of them won't take you there. One of them won't take you there. So now you have a title, which is a name. And that could tell you what the trove is. And all the other BS that people put out about the Forrest Fenn thrill of the chase is just that, BS. And the nothing is as it seems is talking to the real finder, the finder that understands nothing is as it seems. So if you try and solve the thrill of the chase poem with the information you were given, you didn't solve it. You just didn't solve it. There is no way on God's earth that you could have solved it. That's like walking through life, staring at a mirror and following the directions of someone. Turn left, you turn left, when actually you're turning right. Turn right, you turn left. And you will never get to where you're going because you believe everything that's being said. What's being said to you, what you're seeing, you believe. And you follow it because you want to follow it and you want to believe it. And yet you're told it's not real. It's, virtual. Which should give you, a hint to the name that was involved. So for 5 years, I've been giving you information, not just about the chase, about life. And I've told you that the thrill of the chase, the matrix, is just like life. The story is the matrix, and the matrix is the life we live. You ain't going to change that. And when you start talking about history, don't talk about 2,000 years ago. Don't talk about 4,000 years ago. Don't talk about 6,000 years ago. Don't talk about 10,000 years ago. Don't talk about 20,000 years ago. Talk about millions of years ago. Billions of years ago. And find out the truth about our beginning. About the matrix that we live in. And when you say you're a Christian, ask yourself this question. Why do you only have 66 books in that Bible when there should be 81? That's more than a third, or about a third. That's about a third or a quarter of it missing. You believe a book that is only 3/4 written. What? Wait, what? It's only 3/4 and you believe that that book's correct. What about the other quarter that's missing? Now, I might be wrong with the 66 and the 81. I think that's right. 66, 81. What is this other information that the Vatican, these people that are supposed to be so religious, that want you to follow Christ consciousness, that they've hidden from you for thousands of years because they don't want you to know that God exists here. God exists within you. You don't need to look elsewhere. They didn't want you to know about Christ consciousness. They didn't want you to know that Mary was just as spiritual as Jesus. Jesus didn't want followers. He wanted leaders. He wanted people to wake up. And maybe Forrest did too. Maybe Forrest wanted somebody to read that poem in the way that it was meant to be and tell the world that we're being screwed over. And that there are companies that earn so much money, it's obscene. Like, they don't need that much. You can't spend that much money. It's impossible to spend that much money. And those people, if they were decent people, would have helped out so many people around this world, probably even in other galaxies, because they have technology that's been hidden from us. And if anybody went on my Facebook page, they will see some of the stuff that I've been putting on there. Some of the truth that I've been putting on there. Can never remember that name from Street. Not Street, our Street. Street, the name of the company, and the BlackRock and the Vanguard and those people. The Rockefellers and other R. Whatever. Keep forgetting. But there are people around the world that have so much money that they could help everyone. And they don't. And that's sickening. And they've been given the opportunity to tell the people how they got that money. I'm not saying everybody who's rich is evil. Not saying that at all. I'm not saying everybody who's rich didn't deserve to be where they are. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying there are beings out there, thousands of years, have lived off the suffering of us humans. And I'll leave you with this. What if, and this answers every question that you ask about God, but what if God created himself to create himself? See, people say, how can God exist? If God existed, then he would stop this, and this. Think about this just for a little while. What if everything had to happen the way that it happened because God was born here on earth, living the life of a human, understanding what a human went through in order to create all of this, but couldn't change anything, otherwise he wouldn't exist. So everything that's already written in the Bible, everything that's already written, that's already known, has to take place. Has to take place in order that God can exist to then live forever in the past and in the future by living in the present and changing the past and the future by being in the present and understanding how everything needed to be done the way that it was done because that's the way that it was done and it had to happen that way. Can't take the pebble out of the stream. It disrupts the flow. So in order to exist, had to be created halfway through the journey. Can't change it. Back to the Future stuff, remember? Can't change it in order that he exists. Remember him? Fading away. I'm fading away. So God couldn't affect anything because everything had to take place the way that it did in order that it would happen the way that it's supposed to happen, as Forrest said. Can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to happen? So it has to happen the way that it did happen in order that it will happen the way that it's supposed to happen. And you can't change anything. You can't save anybody. You can't change the way of the world. You can't stop the wars. You can't stop evil things from happening until you become God. Until God becomes God, you can't change anything. Has to become God first before he can change anything. And he has to make people do what they did in order for it to happen. And it has to happen the way that it did happen in order that what was written would happen will happen that way. And that's how people know what's going to happen. And that's how people knew that Jesus was going to die on the cross and be resurrected in 3 days, if that's how it happened. So, the thrill of the chase will go on forever. And Major Forrest Burke Fenn will be known forever. And the thrill of the chase, the treasure hunt, will be known forever. Because somebody was brave and in the wood. And would never have happened if Major Forrest Burke Fenn was not the catalyst or part of the catalyst or however he said it. So he did something that needed a catalyst to blah, 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 blah. If Major Forrest Burke Fenn didn't start the ball rolling, as it were, then this would never have happened. Now, there's 2 ways of looking at it. Major Forrest Burke Fenn wanted to do it for Major Forrest Burke Fenn. Listen, if I can't take it with me, then I'm not going. To me, that sounds very much like somebody not going. That sounds to me like somebody who wants to live, I don't know, thousands of years. That's what that sounds like. And it sounds like somebody who wants to be rich and rich and rich forever. That's what that sounds like. And if you are God, you could probably do that. And your abundance would be yours forever. And nobody could touch it. That's what that sounds like. I'm just telling you the truth. That's what it sounds like. If I can't take it with me, then I am not going. So whatever the abundance is, whatever the trove is that was hidden, that he wanted to find out about, or that he instigated, or that he started, or whatever it is, then he was of the opinion that that abundance he was going to keep forever. And he told us, if it gets to 10 million, I don't know, I might go and get it back myself. Obviously, wasn't talking about a chest. If I was a billionaire, I would buy. Would it be in Arizona or Tennessee? More than one, yes. Build towns. Oh, you don't need to build them. They're already built. You just take them over. Don't forget the seagulls. They will stop trying to survive when everything is given. Great Calhoun experiment is finally over. That is a good thing. Ooh. The seagulls here will steal your food and your kids. Welcome to Terry Scant Town. Oh dear. I'd rather be at Marvel Gaze Town. What needs to happen is people need to finally realise what they are capable of. They need to apply that to taking action and completing the journey. That, yep, absolutely. High imagination. Yeah, 100%. If you believe, have to have faith in a maverick. Well, that maverick could be yourself. The secret to success is getting started. I think the secret is, well, yeah, getting started. But, well, there isn't no secret. It's not a secret. If you can understand, the first rule is know thyself. That is the first rule. Know thyself. Start in the right place. You know, Forrest said, if you get lost, go back to the beginning. Well, the beginning is the origin. So the origin is the matrix. So if you get back to the matrix, then you create the matrix. You are the creator. You are the creator. You create your reality. You will be amazed at the technology that existed before, and you will be amazed at the abilities that you have. I'll leave it with this. I said I was going to leave it with that. Superman can exist. Maybe did exist. That's what the North Pole is about. Those crystal doodah, blah, 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 in Antarctica. Probably real. Could exist. And Superman can exist. If you believe in a maverick, and the maverick is you, and you tap into the matrix, the origin, the womb, my sexy Bella, if you just do all the right things, and only you can do that, and nobody can stop you. No one. It's impossible to stop you if you do it right. The only person that can stop you is you, by not believing that you have the ability and the power to do those things. That's how simple it is. But you have to believe that God exists. You have to believe that God exists. And I've told you before, I'm not religious. Never came on here spouting God, you know, and I'm not this, oh, hallelujah, amen stuff. That's not me. It's not me. I'll tell you the truth right now, that's not me. I don't go around saying hallelujah, hallelujah, amen, amen, God, 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 Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I still don't do that now. Maybe I should do, but I don't, because it's not me. I'm not going to pretend to be something that I'm not. Just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. And there's all sorts of stuff that these people say that you have to do. Make sure you drink your water. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Make sure. No, I got as far as I did by being me. I'm going to carry on being me. And I will succeed or fail being me. And if being me isn't good enough, then stuff it. I don't want to know. That's not the same as Forrest. That's not the same. If being me isn't good enough, then I aren't bothered. And remember, the wage of sin is death. But what is sin? I don't know. Another word for sin, there are plenty more, but another word for sin is failure. The wage of failure is death. If you don't get to find God within you, you die. But if you do, you live forever. If I can't take it with me, then I'm not going. So if you succeed, if Forrest makes it happen the way that it's supposed to make it happen, and he succeeds, his sin will not be failure, and he will live forever. I'm just telling you the truth. That's fact. The word sin, the word failure, you could use it that way, and it could mean exactly what Forrest said. If I can't take it with me, then I'm not going. And therefore, I must make it happen the way that it's supposed to happen, and I must not fail. Because if I fail, failure is death. The wage of sin, the wage of failure is death. If you succeed, live forever. Have a great life. Have a beautiful, wonderful life. Which is why all of the bullshit that goes on in this flipping whatever doesn't affect me. Because I know what the wage is. I know what the wage of failure is. And I won't fail. And I haven't failed. And if I live forever, I live forever. And if I don't live forever, I don't live forever. But it's down to me. No one else. No one running the matrix is going to decide what happens in my life. No one. And I say that now. Nobody, no evil being that controlled, past tense, the matrix is going to dictate how I live my life. And the first most important thing that is not in my life anymore is fear. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. I know my life is abundant. There is nothing you can do to stop that. All this rubbish that you put out into the fake news, I don't care. I know that will stop. I know it will change. I know half of it is just you, rich people, very rich, not just rich people, very rich, running the world rich. People forget. I'm going on, aren't I? People forget JFK, great bloke, blah, 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 into Hitler, Nazis. Look it up. Mark of the Beast, Nero, the peace sign. Look it up. The information is there. They have to tell you the truth. But you have to look for it. You have to want to find it. The grid is being rebuilt as I speak. Look at the Schumann resonance. The grid is being rebuilt. Those bells that you took away, they're coming back. Ding, 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 Major Forrest Burke Fenn. Can you hear it? Those bells that were around the world, part of the healing, in the churches, part of the healing. That's what they're for. Not about fires or anything. It's about healing people. Sound technology, coming back. All that old technology, coming back. All the books that were hidden from us, coming back. The Ethiopian Bible, all of it, everything that's been hidden. All those treasures that were lost in these deserts or whatever, in these tombs, all those curses, etc., whatever it is. It's all been sorted. It's all been corrected. It's all going to be known. Now you have the chance to get some favor over yourself by saying, look, hold our hands up. This is what happened. This is what we've been doing. Here you go. Take it back. You didn't want to do that. You didn't want to do that. I'm talking about the higher ups now. I'm not talking about the Fuller Chase. I'm talking about the Pope. I'm talking about those Bohemian Rhapsody doodah fucking parties, the German stuff and the fucking Spanish stuff and Russian and God knows what else. I'm talking about these people doing satanic things, thinking that it's out of sight, but it's not. I'm talking about all that stuff that's been hidden in the Vatican, where this Pope is a head of state, head of a country, banks, everything. This is supposed to be a God-fearing person telling everybody that wants to listen that they should believe in Jesus, that they should believe in God, and yet have all of these different symbols that contradict that. What they're saying is supposed to be true. All of these symbols around them contradict that. You just have to open your eyes and see it. And I know people talk about the Hebrew text, etc., but it was before then. Life existed before then. The spirit realm existed before then. That writing came after all this other fucking Sanskrit doodah, blah, 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 whatever it is. Don't know, don't care. Hieroglyphs, whatever. Cuneiform. What? Don't know what cuneiform is. Telling me that book. Don't know. That book that nobody could decipher but have now. I want to buy a church. I want to buy one. I do. I haven't got the money to, but I want to buy one. Or have I? I don't know. I do. Hi, Huska. How you doing? I do. Up and away in my beautiful balloon. The secret. Yes, done that. I can't take it with me. Then I'm not going. This is legendary. Something you will never forget. Legendary. Status achieved. It is legendary. I totally agree. I totally agree. A legacy, which is what, was talked about. Super duper waterproofer. Yeah, I do actually want to have a church. I do. Not because I'm religious. Actually, I might have the Sistine Chapel. That'd be nice. Is it the Sistine Chapel? With the zzz, or whatever. Which is basically all it is. It's just a spark. The spark of life is within us, which is the sun. The spark of life is within us, which is that moment that the sperm meets the egg. And that actual zzz is like, the power of whatever. You just wouldn't believe it. And that's why I keep talking about the egg. What came first, the egg or what? What came first? We're just an egg. We start from an egg or we start from a sperm. What do we start from? Well, we start from the combination of both. You can't have one without the other. Like being celibate all your life ain't going to get you no kids. It doesn't matter how strong your sperm is. And having loads of eggs as a woman ain't going to get you no kids. Doesn't matter how fertile you are. So a divine union, which is what, the earth should be going forward. That's why people say, oh, I'm waiting for the right person. That's how it used to be. It used to be a divine meeting, not about what people look like, but about, what the energy is. How one can make the other better, stronger, more, whatever. And that's how it works, or supposed to work. And if you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that. And if you don't want to give up churches, don't give up churches. And if you don't want to give up mosques, don't give up mosques. And if you don't want to give up whatever, you don't have to. You just have to know that there's only one God and he wants the best for everybody. Excuse me, and there doesn't need to be a religion. There just needs to be you being the best you there is. If you're doing everything for the best you there is, you're going to be the best you. If you understand the you that you are, if you understand all your bad things, if you understand all the bad things that have been happening to you, and if you understand that you have to let those things go, let them go. They're not any good to you. All those bad things that you hold on to. And I mean, I understand that people have had I've had some bad things happen to me, trust me. I understand there's some real bad things that happen to you and you think that you can't, but just let them go. Give them to God, give them to the universe. So I don't need it anymore. It's no good for me, including friends, including family. Like if they're bad for you, let them go. Let them go. If things happen in your life, they happen for a reason. Let them go. Don't worry about it. Just know that your higher self, the soul inside you, is saying, this isn't the thing that you need. I'll give you what you need. Trust me. Trust in me. The inner you. Trust in me. If you got sacked, it's for a reason. If you got dumped, it's for a reason. Don't be sad about it. Be grateful, because coming into your life is going to be something better. If you trust that coming into your life is something better, don't go against your inner guidance. Trust that what's going to happen, as bad as it is, and it gets bad, which is an argument I have. Why do I have to suffer? Why do I have to live my worst life in order to get my best life? And it's because I never lived a good life. I didn't do good things. Or my previous life wasn't doing good things, or whatever. Doesn't matter. But you get to the point where you understand that all this bad stuff that happened in your life, previous lives now, doesn't matter. Let it go. Let it all go. And trust that each day, as bad as it's going to be, at some point, everything that doesn't serve your highest good needs to go. Whoever it is, whatever it is, they need to go. If they're dragging you down, they need to go. And then you ascend. And the sooner, it's like trying to climb a mountain with 10 people on your back. Ain't going to happen. You will always be at the bottom. You'll always be where you are. Let them go. Say no. Climb the fucking mountain yourself. I'm going up this mountain. I'm going to get to the top. With or without you. And if it's with you, then you have to go on the same journey. You have to believe in what I'm doing, and you have to do what I'm doing in order to get to that top of that mountain, the highest mountain, the most high God, whatever it is. My church is in the mountains and along the river bottoms. You have to make that effort. And if you want people to be with you, then they have to make that effort as well. And if they're not prepared to make that effort, then bye. And they will, if they start attacking you and they start being nasty, so what? Ignore it. Let it go. Let it wash over you. It doesn't matter. If you really want a great life, if you really want the best life, then you have to do the best things for yourself. That's not selfish. It's not selfish. And self-love is not narcissistic. It's a truth. That the person that you are, that's how you live. And it doesn't mean you have to be a saint. It just means that you have to understand good and bad, and you can't be always bad. You can't be always angry, and you can't be, well, you can, but it doesn't lead for a good life. Because the vibration has to be of a high vibration. And first and foremost, hang on. Sorry, I'm going to disagree with most people. So first and foremost, you have to be authentic. You have to be the real you. I think that's the highest vibration. I could be wrong. I'm just saying the truth as I see it. So your authenticity, being the you that you are, will put you in a high vibration, along with having a loving heart. And if you are the you that you're supposed to be, and you love you the way that you're supposed to love you, then your heart will be powerful and strong. So those two together, amazing. And that journey of having a loving, caring nature and a truthful nature, a knowing your truth and wanting truth and doing it out of compassion, caring, love. Those are the things that you need to do. And if you can't do that, then you're always going to be where you are. Always. Nothing's going to change. It's not going to change. So nobody's going to tear me down because I've already torn myself down. Like there's nothing that you can do to me that make me feel any worse than I've already felt. And everything that was going to bring me down has already been said and done and dealt with. I've looked at myself and gone, well, you did this, this, and this, and this, and this, and you've had this, this, and this, and this, and this happen to you, and it's taught me to be who I am. So I don't begrudge it. I don't hate it. I don't hate anyone. I don't care. It made me who I am. My lesson. I learnt my lessons. I became the person that I'm supposed to become, in the life that I'm supposed to have, in the reality that I'm supposed to have it in. That's it. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care because it's mine. It belongs to me. My heart belongs to me. My mind belongs to me. My soul belongs to me. My physical body belongs to me. It belongs to me. And I will be the one that judges it, no one else. And if you think I'm ugly, I'm ugly. If you think I'm handsome, I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. If you think I'm ugly, I don't care. If you think I'm handsome, I don't care. As long as I think I am who I am, well, as long as I know I am who I am, and I see myself as being, a half decent person who, should be able to get on with everybody if they're a half decent person. And if I can't get on with you or you can't get on with me, it's not because of me. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's because you won't accept what it is that is inside you that doesn't like what they're seeing about me. Because I'm not trying to be better than anyone. I really aren't. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I really aren't. I don't care. Just like Forrest said, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just see we are who we are? And can't we all just love everybody for who they are and not judge anybody, not want what somebody else wants? Want what you want. Want what you want. It doesn't matter what everybody else has got. It doesn't. Just want what you want. Live your life in the way that you want to live your life. And it's not, I don't believe in this, do unto others as you would have done unto you. No? You might want somebody to take a whip and beat the crap out of you. That doesn't give you a right to do it to anyone else. So do unto others as they want done to them. That's what you should do unto others. What they want, not what you want. It's not about what you want. It's about what they want. So don't do unto others as you want done unto you. Because you may be a sadist. You may be an evil son of a bitch that wants weird things. And you shouldn't inflict that on someone else. So do to them what they want done to them. If they want to be beat them. If they want it, because that will be helping them. And if they don't want to be beat, then don't beat them. That's how life should be lived. Do to others what they want done to them. How they want to be treated. If they want to be dragged around by a lead, then drag them around by a lead. If they want to be loved unconditionally every day, after day, after day, after day, with kisses and hugs, then do that. And if you can't do that, then there's something wrong with you, not what's wrong with them. And by that, I mean, if you can't do to somebody what they want done to them, then there's something wrong with you. Because that do unto others as you would want done to you is almost an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and that's bullshit. It sounds great, but it's bullshit. In a good world, nobody's going to slap you in the first place. They have no reason to, no need to, no desire, no want. They will have only love for you. And that would never happen. So I'm going to leave it there. We are in the womb. Remember, 2 babies in the womb. One of them says, when we're out of here, is that it? Are we dead? And the other says, yeah. There's nothing after this. Once the cord's cut, it's over. And yet, it's not. And that's how we feel. Is that it after this? No. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean there ain't something else going on. Again, they're not my words. They're, most of what I say is what other people have said, and what I feel, almost what I know to be true, what I'm telling myself is true, in words that I read, etc. But in all of this, there is a spirit that talks to us. Can't be denied. Can't be denied. Oh, and just before we go, just check on this Google and Alexa stuff that is frightening kids. Like, just see if it affects your children. And what is it that they know that we don't? There's an agenda that these elite people have, and they think it's hidden, and it's not. And each day, there's less effect in what they're doing. Now, at the moment, they're trying to use Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Elon Musk, and all of those to throw some sort of bullshit around. Ignore it. It's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. It's just more BS to put you in that. Ooh, and the same old Democrats and Republicans and blah, 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 blah. That's all it is. It's just an agenda that they need to put out into the world to keep people scared, angry, confused, whatever. There's always going to be some bullshit, and it's going to come from those higher ups, those 3 main companies that control the media, control, music, control films, control adverts, control everything. How we spend our money, how we haven't got any money, all of that. They control that. And they do it by putting information out into the world. In whichever way it is, music, films, adverts, news. They're the ones that control it. And the more you buy into it, the harder your life's going to be. And people go, oh, I've got a great life. Okay, but it could be much better. It's that simple. It could be much better. Money doesn't make your life great. It really doesn't. Now, I can't say from experience because I've never had loads of money. Never been, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about having loads of money. It's something that I've said all my life. I'm not bothered about having loads of money for myself, but I am bothered about having money that will help other people. And I've already said, if I get to the point that I do have a lot of money, I will look like I have a lot of money, because if you have a lot of money, you can't live in the world of a person that hasn't got a lot of money. I remember hearing that people mocked, I keep forgetting his name, I don't really care to remember it to be fair, but the Ukrainian Zelensky. They were offended that he didn't wear a suit, blah, 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 when he went to see President Trump. I understand that. I don't judge anyone. So it wouldn't have mattered to me. It would not have mattered. If he came in his pajamas, it wouldn't have mattered. But their ego says he has to wear a suit. It's disrespectful. Yes, I understand that. But it's only disrespectful if your ego gets in the way. Let him be who he wants to be. Let him do what he wants to do. When it comes to, I don't know, allowing people to die for no apparent reason, then that's different. If he wants to meet me in his pajamas, I don't care. He's the one that looks stupid, not me. I don't care. Do it. Doesn't matter. But to get people in an uproar because somebody didn't wear a suit, that's crazy. Now, out of respect, I would wear a suit. I would wear a suit. That's just what person I am. I would wear a suit. But would I criticize somebody else for not? No. I wouldn't care. It wouldn't affect what I said to that person. It has nothing to do with what they're there to discuss. They're not there to discuss whether he wore a suit or not. They're there to discuss stopping a war. If the topic that comes out from the news media is about him wearing a suit, what does that tell you? What the F does that tell you? You'd rather talk about him not wearing a suit than talk about the war isn't stopping. Which it's all BS anyway. But at some point, as I've said before, at some point, what is it? It's in the history. My vengeance is in the history. So vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And his vengeance comes from the history. What happened in the history? Like, why is God pissed that his vengeance is because of the history? Did they do something bad against God? I would say yes. Is he going to get vengeance because of what they did? I would say yes. Did he give people a chance to correct the errors that they made? I would say yes. Did they take any notice? I would say no. Some did. The majority didn't. So, when God says, vengeance is mine, he means it. When he says, it's in the history, he means it. When he says, you will get back what you put into the world, he means it. If you want favor instead of vengeance from God, then you'd better do something to get favor. It's that simple. So the matrix is the womb. Are we in the womb? Is Mother Nature, get out into nature, is Mother Nature, Gaia, looking after us? I would say yes. Everything that we are is because of nature. Every single thing. The air that we breathe, the trees that filter the air that we breathe, the water that falls from the sky, everything. The food that grows, the animals that live, everything. A fine balance to keep us humans alive. People are effing with that. Well, they effed around and now they are finding out. Not just because of the thrill of the chase, but they effed around and they found out. And through the thrill of the chase, we are learning that nothing is as it seems, and we are learning that just because you get information about something doesn't make that information correct. Also tells you there are people out there who are telling you the truth. You just have to listen. So thanks for watching. Forrest liked my politics because I equally dislike Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, and that's the way it goes. It's not about there's a right way, or a correct way to do things. There's a correct way to do things. If you're a good person, if you're a good person, there is no argument. There is no argument. There's no argument. There's just a way to do things. And if you're part of that solution, then that's the way to do things. But if you think the way to do it is so you can be better than someone else, that's not the way to do it. If you think the way to do things is to make everybody great, I don't mean make America great that way. I mean make everybody great. Everybody. Make everybody the best great that they can be. Then that's the way to do things. And if you don't agree with that, then you're not a good person. Not about making yourself great by treading on other people, which is why I talk about I don't want to tread on people's toes. That's not what I'm doing. I don't want to tread on people's toes. I want us all to walk together and me not tread on anyone's toes, not having to tread on anyone's toes for me to have a better life. I don't want that. And if somebody has a better life than me, fine. If they deserve it, fine. They deserve it. Let them have it. Why should I be bothered that somebody has a better life than me if they deserve it? And why should I be bothered if they have a better life than me if they don't deserve it? At some point, justice will be done and they will get whatever is supposed to be given to them because they don't deserve it. The good life. That's how I see it. Forrest didn't like me much. Understandable. Even I don't know me well, so I'm sure he saw something I could not. I don't know. You just have to let people be who they want to be. That's it. That's it. Now, the only people that I won't like very much are those evil people that I talked about that have done things for thousands of years and think they're God and don't mind, letting humanity suffer because of it. Those people I don't like. I don't like them. I try to love people, equally. I have no favorites. There are no favorite type of person that I like more than one, than another. But those people, anti-human agendas that want us destroyed, I have an issue, have a little issue. And, I don't want them to succeed. That's it. I don't want them to succeed. I don't hate them, but I don't want them to succeed. I don't want them to succeed. And I will do everything that I can to stop them succeeding. It's that simple. And I believe that with the help of the Most High God, they don't stand a chance. But that's okay. I can still smile today because of it. Good night, everybody. Good night, imagination. Thanks for popping in. So I do appreciate it. I don't mind if I have to talk to myself. I don't mind that. But it's nicer to talk to other people. I don't know if Forrest liked or disliked me. I just know that he stated that he loved my politics. Well, I didn't have that sort of conversation with Forrest, so I don't know. And again, I don't care. It would have been nice if Forrest liked me, but I don't care. It'd be nice if Trusted liked me, but I don't care. It'd be nice if Imagination likes me, but I don't care. I would be happier if everybody liked me, but I know that's impossible. It's impossible because I say things that people don't like, and therefore they won't like me. But it's not the things that I'm saying are not to hurt anybody, not to upset anybody, not to downgrade anybody or put people down. It's just truthful. And if you don't like the truth, then I can't help that. I can't help it. Can't help it. I'm not trying to be better than anyone. I'm not. Just saying, here's the information. This is what it could mean. And it's very much what it could mean. So take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. I like everyone. I love the majority of people on this planet. I love the majority of things on this planet. You know, and I don't like eating lemons. You know, it's funny really because I don't mind it on pancakes. But you know, just lemon juice on its own, nah, no thank you. Or grapefruit, nah, not really. You know, there are things that I don't like, but people, pretty much they're all the same. And they're allowed to be who they want to be, or they should be allowed to be who they want to be and live how they want to live. That's up to them. And then the Most High God will judge them accordingly as to what they're doing. But you have to be careful about what sin is, because there's so many untruths about what sin is, what sin really is. If you're here to learn, in reality, if you're here to learn, there can be no sin, none, zero sin. Because how are you supposed to learn? If you're not allowed to do it, how are you supposed to learn? So it's supposed to exist. It's supposed to be done. If you're supposed to learn. Now, listen, there were some commandments that came out that said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. No different than the teacher telling you in school you can't do this, this, and this. So fine. Accept that. Those things can't be done. But then everything else, you know, is up for grabs. And you will be judged accordingly. If it really is a sin and you commit the same sin over and over and over and over again, the same failure over and over and over again, the same failure over and over again, the price of that is death. Listen, eternal life you're offered. You're offered eternal life. So if you, the light and the way, I'll show you how. I'll show you how. If you follow this, not through me getting to God, do what I do, you'll be able to do what I do. You will be God and do what I do. Do what I do. It's not you have to get through me to get to God. Do what I do, you will find God within you, job done. It's over, finished. But failure, the wage of sin is death. Wage of failure is death. If you fail to do what I do, if you fail to follow the things that I did, you don't get to live forever. It's basically what's being said. If you don't do the things that I did, if you sin, which is failure, if you fail to do the things that I do, if you fail to find God, if I can't take it with me, I'm not going. If I don't find God, then I can't take it with me. No, if I don't find God, then the price of that is death. So therefore I have to go and leave it here. But if I do find God, make it happen the way it's supposed to. If I do find God, then I don't have to go. And I can forever keep this that I've been talking about. So can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? Can I live forever? Which is basically what he's saying. Can I live forever? Can I live as God said, or as Jesus said, or whatever, however it is? Can I live like that forever? 1,000 years, whatever. Can I live forever and still keep it? Or will I fail and not make it happen the way that it's supposed to? And the wage of failure is death. Will I die? Will I live forever or will I die? If I live forever, I keep it. If I don't live forever, I die. No different to what Jesus was saying. And no different than the wage of sin is death. Wage of failure, the wage of failure, to see yourself as God, to be able to do the things that I do, to follow in those things that I've said to do, whatever it is, however you want to look at it, that's simplified. Now, I don't know, because I wasn't there, or I might have been, don't know, past life, you know how it is. All of these exact terminology and things that are supposed to happen, supposed to have happened thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago. If we're just energy, we're born of energy. The sun, the spark, that's what it's all about. The spark of life. It's not there just to be stupid. That bzzz, not there to be stupid. The hidden text that they kept from us, it's to keep us stupid. But they have to tell the truth, just not all of the truth. As Forrest said. So you have to be told, They have to tell you that they're effing you over. But they don't give you all of it, so you understand that they're effing you over. So don't be effed over. Don't be effed over. See the matrix for what it is. Know that there are only a select group of people that were running this matrix for their own, not their highest good, their own good, in order that you couldn't live in your highest good. And that's basically what it's all about. So I am done. MAGA is imploding, but I don't know if it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it is, because it's just a certain group of people with an agenda that are trying to bring people down again. Those people that were up, those people that were happy, those people that thought, yes, our country is back on track. Great. Now they're trying to make people think that it's not on track, that it's all gone peak-tong. At the end of the day, there's one person. The reason why it's gone peak-tong is because you've turned away from God. It's as simple as that. Listen, I want to go, but your country, when the English went over there, was built on God. In God we trust, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. At that point, God was looking after your country. You got to the point where you're ostracizing him. You're kicking him out. Why the F should he try to look after you if you're kicking him out? Which means you're not kicking him out. Your vibration has changed. That happiness, that euphoria of winning, of defeating the Native Americans, of defeating the English, whatever it is that you did, those happy times. Slowly but surely, evil came across the land. I've got a book somewhere. I should have brought it. Conspiracies in America, the Pope and America. Let's talk about JFK, Hitler. Look at the swastika. Look at the flipping peace symbol. Look at all of these signs. Like the Pope in America. The Pope is evil. It's the worst coming together, the worst union you could have. The Vatican, Masons, Mafia, the whole lot, all connected. The banks, all of it, all connected to tear down God's country, a country that God said. And that's where you've gone wrong. It doesn't matter about Democrat Republic. It matters that you don't believe in God. That's what matters. The vibration has changed. That's why it's as bad as it is, because the vibration has changed. Believe in God. Don't worry about, I like Donald Trump, but don't worry about Donald Trump. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about Nan Bongino. Don't worry about Pam Bondi. Don't worry about the Bidens and Hunt, all this. Don't worry about them. Worry about God. Know that he's going to make it right. They don't matter. Governments don't matter. They really don't matter. What matters is you believing in you and you believing in God. That's what matters. I'm not trying to push God. I don't care whether you believe in God or not. But I am saying the higher the vibration, the better your life. The lower the vibration, the worse your life. Look around the world. Are the governments doing what they can do to give you a happy life? If not, you have to question why. You have to question why. Now, Donald Trump is trying to give you a happy life. He is. But there are people, more money than him, more power than him, knowing more people than he does, having more influence than he does, trying to stop that. Why is that? Why is that? Like, why are you allowing the media to stay in a position to keep giving out fake news? We all know it's fake. We know it's fake. Some people don't know that it's fake. They don't understand it, which causes a confusion, puts them in that low vibration. They don't understand why this memo's leaked to Axios, whatever his name is, Axios, whatever they are, who are left-leaning. Hang on. A memo about Epstein sent to a left-leaning flipping publisher type, flipping whatever it is. Well, that's got to be a bit weird, isn't it? So why are you worried about it? It doesn't make any difference at all. All it probably means is that somebody in a high position in the FBI decided to give it to the opposition in order to make Trump and his cabinet look bad, in order to cause infighting, in order to do this, that, and the other. It doesn't mean you have to do the infighting. Leave it for them. Let them infight. Let them worry about it. It's their problem. It's Donald Trump's problem. It's Pam Bondi's problem. It's Dan Bongino's problem. It's Matt Gaetz' problem, whatever his name is. It's all of them people who are involved or could be involved going forward. Get rid of Pam, bring in Matt, who was supposed to be there in the first place, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just a show. It's all just a show to screw you over. Stuff them. It don't matter. It'll sort itself out. It doesn't matter if you get the list or not. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. What matters is these people that did these things are, what's the word? Not judged. Sentenced to whatever it is that they need to be sentenced to. They're being judged anyway. So they're going to be sentenced. Nobody, no one. That's why you have to have faith in the Maverick, faith in God. No one's going to get away with it. It doesn't matter whether that list comes out today or in 10 years' time. No one is going to get away with it, with what they did. No one's going to be able to hide what they were involved in. Whoever they are, doesn't matter how much money they've got. If they were doing the bad things, they will be found out for doing bad things and they will be brought to justice. That's it. That's it. Why is anybody worried? But I know people like drama, people want to get involved, people want this, they want the juicy. It doesn't matter. You don't need to live your life with drama. You need to live your life feeling happy, content. Remember, contentment? That's what it was all about. That's what Forrest told us. It's about contentment. Warm is comfortable. It's just about being content. Don't worry about what's going on in the world, in the sense that whatever judgment is supposed to come will happen. It will happen. And those that are deserving of good will get the good, and those that are not deserving of good will not get it. So go within, find out who you are, find out whether you are deserving of good, and expect to be given something because of that. And when you get it, expect that you should be helping others with it, in order that they can be in the same position as you are. And if they're better off than you, they're better off than you. It doesn't matter. If you're happy with a small 2-bedroom house with 1 car, a loving wife, a few kids, a pet, that's it. You don't have to worry that someone's got a flipping, 15 mansions, 60 cars, swimming pools, whatever. It Don't matter. If you're happy with what you've got, you're happy with what you've got. And the only person that's going to make you happy, the only person that's going to make you happy is you. Don't worry about anybody else making you happy. Don't worry about that. You should already be happy before you meet someone else. The only thing that can happen is someone else will make you unhappy. You make yourself happy. Don't worry about anyone else. If you're already happy within yourself, with who you are, job done. That's it. Job done. Then someone else comes along and keeps you in that happy frame of mind. Great. It's all good. That's all good. You don't need anyone else to make you happy. You should already be happy. They just compliment you. They just make you happier. So, happy days. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. It's better than speaking to myself. I'm pretty good at speaking to myself. That's what going into hermit mode does. It helps you understand who you are. You get to have a decent conversation with yourself, back and forth, the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, the truth and what can't be true. You get to that point where you make all of those decisions and you go, oh, well, if this is what the truth is, then this is how I have to move forward. And you haven't got somebody else saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah, okay. Ciao for now. Take care. Thanks, Major Forrest Fenn.